The All Smiling Faces podcast is now sponsored by Tyre Spot, the Northeast's leading tyre supplier with branches across the region. Tyre Spot don't just do tyres, they cover everything from servicing to wheel alignment. They can handle every aspect of your car's maintenance. For more information, visit tyrespot.co.uk. Enjoy the episode. Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel, where we are here, to myself, Chris, alongside Degger, for the semi-final draw for the League Cup. Degger, we're one of the last four teams. It seems like luck is on our side because Man City are currently about to exit as well.
They're out. They're done. That's it. Yeah.
They're absolutely done, mate. Could it get any better right now?
Do you know what? It couldn't. It really couldn't. I'm actually nervous now because even though I think yesterday was as good as it was and we're in the semi-finals, and I still believe we could win, right? Even if Man City were still in it, seeing them go out tonight, I'm getting really nervous here, because I just think
it's getting tasty, isn't it?
It is. It really is. Yeah, there's a hell of a chance here. We might do it, So I'm trying not to get too excited, but yeah.
So we think the draw is going to be taking place around about 10:15, I think it is. I'm sure that's what they said earlier on. So, Dagger, this is the first time we've spoken since last night's game. We haven't even discussed the game. I know we've done a match review, which was done by Scott and a couple of the other lads.
Yeah. But
Dagger, that was decent last night, wasn't it?
It was excellent. It was absolutely brilliant. 2-0 flat at Leicester, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, it should have been 4-5, maybe even 6. We were up for it from the minute one. I thought the atmosphere was superb at the start of the game. The scarves were excellent. Flags looked great. The team lineup was really strong. It was a perfect night. It was a perfect night.
And that's what we needed, mate, didn't we? Because we've seen it so many times in the previous cup games that we've played in, that it's been pretty flat. And that's from the fan base as well as the team selection, as well as the team performance. Complete opposite. It was like a Premier League game last night in St. James's Park.
Yeah, it was amazing. I was actually sitting up at level 7, which I haven't sat 140 steps. I haven't done that in a while. My legs were wobbling, to be honest, when I got to the top.
I warned you, mate. I warned you.
But you know what it is? I loved it up there. I thought it was great to see the tactics of the game. I don't know, when you're that high up, you can see it really well. But yeah, there was so many good performances. I mean, we should have been 2-0 up in the first 5 minutes. Let's be fair. We missed a few chances, but other than Vardy, probably definitely should have scored. But other than that moment, or a couple of moments in the game, we were the better side throughout the game. We're absolutely brilliant.
100%, mate. We've said there, and we were talking about this earlier, that it was one of those games where there's a handful of lads that could have got man of the match easily.
Yeah.
I thought personally, Joe Linton had an absolute 10 out of 10 performance. Joe Linton last night, he literally dominated everything. Similar to the Sheffield Wednesday game, because he had a great game then as well. But it just seems like last night against Leicester, he just stepped it up that extra level, and he just continues to improve. I thought he could have possibly just hit his peak now, but he just keeps on getting better.
Yeah, he does. He was my man of the match as well, actually. I know obviously Bruno got man of the match, and Bruno played very well. No issues at all with his performance. But I just thought overall, Joe Linton was the best player on the pitch. I love the way that Joe was out left wing for majority of the game, but then was swapping with Willock, and Willock was then going left wing, and Joe Linton was then just becoming that destroyer in midfield again. But I thought his first touch was just like glue every single time. Obviously, he's strong on the ball, but he was finding a shirt all the time, driving forward. It was just an unbelievable. I mean, there's footage which I remember obviously being there, but 88th minute into the game, he's pressing the goalkeeper, then he presses the defender, then he ends off going wide, pressing someone else. This is 88th minute of the game, and he's still graphing his arse off. Like, he's just unbelievable.
One of my favourite parts of the game, which I haven't seen mentioned a lot on social media today, is when Joe Linton scored his goal and the fan base St James's Park are singing the Joe Linton song. Bruno is in the centre circle singing it along and pointing at Joe Linton, which I thought was absolutely class. Absolutely class.
Yeah, brilliant. There's I mean the footage after the game as well, man, on Sky. Obviously, I didn't see that until I got home. It's very rare you see that type of stuff, if I'm honest, in terms of in the changing rooms, especially.
It was like a live Amazon Prime documentary.
It was. It really was. And like you can see, as we've said for weeks now, of course, months really. Sorry, the feeling amongst the players is unlike anything I think I've seen. At our place ever. It's just amazing. Like it really is. I can't believe I'm sitting here now waiting for a semi-final draw. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's just mad, isn't it?
It was great to see Dan Burn grab his goal. Eventually got his goal. He's had a few chances, a few headers. And I mentioned a few times Dan Burn should be a hell of a lot better at attacking the goal from those sort of aerial positions.
Forrester through. Forrester have won. Forrester have won on pens. Well. Yeah. Forrester have won.
It keeps getting better, mate.
4-3 on pens. Good save, actually, the last one there. Yeah, sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry, just to say that. You go.
Yeah, so Dan Burn obviously grabs his goal for Newcastle, just living every kid's dream, playing for his boyhood club, scoring in the Gallowgate and putting us through the semi-final, mate, as well.
Yeah, well, you know what you're on about. Yeah, the headed chances, he actually had one which seemed seconds before that, which went wide. But the way he took that goal, man, I mean, hang on a second, like that's incredible. Like, you know,
why are you there?
Yeah, it was unreal. I mean, obviously, he kind of broke the play down himself on the left because them got the ball back. He blocked it. There was a lovely little pass in by Joe Linton. When it brought to Joe Linton, he just one touch pass to Burn. And then the finish, I mean, I don't think Messi could finish that with his right foot like that. I mean, it was that good. It was just superb. It was a beautiful moment. Like.
So there's a few comments coming through in the chat here. If anybody's got any questions, just fire them our way, and we'll go through them before the actual draw itself in 15 minutes. Question there: are Man City out? Yes, Man City are out. Yep. Wolves are out. So you're looking at Man United, Newcastle United, Nottingham Forest, and Southampton. The last 4 teams in the League Cup. Me and Jack were just saying at the very start of this, I've just joined it. It looks like everything's lining up, and we'll soon see what happens in 15 minutes' time. But like Jack, you said earlier on that no matter who was left, you're confident with it being over 2 legs. Yeah, I'm even more confident now.
I'm fever pitch confident. Like, to be honest, I mean, it's if I'm being honest, part of us thinks. I said this to the lads today, and I was thinking even after the game, I had this, you have this feeling you're going to get Man United. I just had this feeling, right? I still take them over 2 legs, but now I'm getting greedy, seeing that Man City's gone out. I would, if we can get Southampton over 2 legs. I mean, come on here, like, or even Forest, over 2 legs. You'd really, really fancy it, like. So yeah, I'm
talking
getting
about Man U, Digger. There's a question straight in there from Lee Barry that says, "Would you want Man United at home so the final could be easier?" Like we said, it's going to be 2 legs, so we're going to have to play a away game as well as a home tie as well. I don't mind who we get. I really don't. No. You probably want to dodge Man U, to be honest with you, just so that chance of getting to Wembley and getting to a final is a little bit easier. I'm going to say, I know it's not easy to do that, but it seems easier on paper. So you probably want to try and dodge Man U this one. But I'm going to flip that question around a bit for you, Decker. Do you want the first leg at home or away, no matter who it is?
Or away. I think. I mean, can you imagine what St James's Park's going to be like, man, on a return leg semi-final? Even if we're going to that game 1-0 down, say, right? Like, let's say it was 1-0 or even 2-0, and I'm looking really bleak here, actually. And then they had to come back to St James's Park, nighttime game, semi-final second leg. I mean, my God Almighty, it will be the greatest atmosphere possibly ever. For me, no matter what happens, no matter who it is, second leg at home, please. The second leg, sorry, at home,
yeah. I'm with you. I really am. But like we've said, there's a couple of people saying there, like, who do you want in the next round? Anybody. But if I'm going to pick one team, I'm with you, Jagger. Southampton. I would like to say Southampton.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's get booking more hotels. Like I'm gonna, I mean, because I'm telling you, like, if we get, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, like, but if we got either of them two teams, like, I would be ecstatic. Like, and do you know what it is, right? Do you know what it is? I think even if it was Man United, we're getting 2 bites at the cherry. Like, do you know what I mean? And I feel like we could do it. I feel like we could beat Man United over 2 legs. But Man City going out is massive. Like, it feels huge. It feels huge
because
it does.
I think if Man City had got through tonight, then that's when you would have seen the stronger team starting for the next in the semi-final, basically, because it was a weakened squad again tonight. Yes, it's still a very good squad, but it was weakened compared to what it normally is. Obviously, Haaland, De Bruyne were both on the bench. Try to rescue it last minute, just like we did against Sheffield Wednesday, but just like us, they just couldn't do enough in this short space of time that they had.
Yeah, I've always said, I said it on Monday night when we did the podcast, that I feel more and more and more in football now, I'm seeing that the second string isn't working for teams, really. And I feel like, obviously, it's cost Man City the night there, but they've obviously, I believe they've got the Manchester Derby coming up quite soon, so of course he's had eyes on that. It's difficult. It's difficult to manage all these games. But again, a lot of the conversation we have about the Premier League, thinking about teams in Europe, games coming thinking fast, how that'll benefit us. I feel like this has benefited our cup run, exactly the same reason. And listen, I'm not sitting here saying that means that if we win it, it's some kind of asterisk or something like, oh, well, there's this reason and that reason. We're still beating what's in front of us, we're still doing what we're going to do. But as I go back to it, I mean, them going out tonight is just huge, absolutely huge. And I feel like, God, what an opportunity it is now.
I think I might have read something as well today. I might be completely wrong, so don't hold us to my word here. But the next round of the FA Cup is the weekend between the 2 legs for the semi-final.
It is. That's right.
We'll have a free weekend.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Which is huge as well.
Yeah, and it's as if it's been planned. But it is. I mean, it's obviously we were disappointed to go out of the competition, rightfully so as well. But when you look at how it's worked out, having that weekend off is probably the greatest thing ever, to be honest. So, sometimes it's, it works out, and fate's a funny thing. And it's, again, and it's just another thing, isn't it? It's just another thing I feel that is working for us. It's in our favour. And that's why I'm getting far too excited that I just think, like, this could be it. This could be it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jay Bamber says, will this be posted as a video afterwards? Yes, all the live videos which we do, they just automatically go out as videos. So you may have to jump into the live tab on the Gallowgateshots YouTube channel, but it will be there straight away. You can even go right back to the very start from now as well, if you want to do that. We've got nearly 350 people watching at the minute, Decker. So if anybody is watching,
I feel nervous now.
Help us out. Just like the video, subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to us as well.
It does.
And helps us out massively. If you want to give a little bit more, it's $2.99 a month to become a member. You get early access to a lot of videos, including the match previews and match reactions, Fantasy Premier League, and so much more. So let's see if we've got any more comments. A lot of them are things which we've already covered already, to be honest with you, about who would want in the next round. Great point here from Quai60. That says, I think that teams want to avoid Newcastle. In full agreement. I've said this for weeks. Weeks. Nobody wants to play Newcastle at the minute.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, if we go back a few years, or past times, you would probably think that all the other teams would be like, oh, we do want Man United, we do want Man United. And I feel that other teams will be thinking, I do want to get to St James's Park, like, do you know what I mean? And as I say, especially at the second leg, getting them back at home, it would no team would want to play us. They really wouldn't. And that's why we're going to win it. We're going to win it, I'm telling you.
It's just like I said earlier, it just seems like everything's lining up, and this doesn't happen. This doesn't happen for Newcastle United.
No, you're right. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, Mark's normally, Mark's very much, isn't he, like that, where he's like, he really struggles to get himself excited because he knows it's not in with DNA. It isn't that. Do you know what I mean? But I just think that last night was such a good performance. It really, really was. I never felt in any doubt that we were going to win that game. I really, honestly didn't. Like, we'll go to the game, I was like, we'll be fine. Yeah, we're going to do it. And obviously, the team and the players didn't let us down. And Man City going out tonight, I just really feel we're going to do it. Like,
Yeah, a question here from Dan Witten that says, if the best happens and we win the cup, how does that affect our season? Does it galvanise us for the top 4, or is it job done on the beach? I'll jump in straight away. I don't think Eddie Howe would let it be job done, feet up, lads on the holiday. I think winning the cup is just going to spur the lads on. It will, massively.
We'll win the league then. No, I think, in all seriousness, I think what a confidence. Football's all about confidence. It honestly always is. And if you can win the cup, that could really spur them on to just kick on to another level. Do you know what I mean? They might have a hangover for a couple of days after the final. I don't get us wrong, but they deserve it. But I think, as you rightfully said, Howie ain't going to let them just think of the holidays and that. They'll come back even stronger. And obviously, the flip side of that question is, what happens if we didn't win it? We got to the final and we didn't. Harriet. I thought I'd said Morn at first. I was like, oh, is he away in Australia or something? But it's even. My eyesight's not great. Like the flip side of that is if we got there and we didn't win it, like, just what does that do to the players? But I don't really want to think that way. I'm just hypothetically talking, but it doesn't matter. We're going to win anyway, so it's fine.
So if you're looking from the outside in, who's Bookie's favourites now? Is it still Man U, or could it be Newcastle? I'll probably still edge it with Man U because of the resurgence that Man U's had and the history that Man U've had in winning trophies. So I think Man U will be Bookie's favourites.
Yeah.
But I think if you ask the average Joe on the street, an average football fan, Newcastle have to be favourites now.
Well, I agree for the reasons you said about Man United, why I think that them will, Bookie's favourites or whatever. I'll just edge it because we haven't won a trophy in 58 years. It's obvious. It's obviously the case. But as I'll say, in terms of momentum, in terms of excitement, in terms of confidence, like there's not many more than us. Like, we're the most confident club going at the minute, and that's why I don't think we should. Even as I'll say it again, even if we get Man United, so what? We've got them over 2 legs. Bring them on. Like, honestly, I think we'll be all right. Old Trafford would be tough, man. I wouldn't like to go to Old Trafford for the second leg. That, God, that wouldn't be great. But I still think we can go in there with confidence. And again, not being in the FA Cup and having that weekend off, again, is even better, right? The lads can just sit at home, wrapping cotton wool, dreaming of Wembley. It's all good. It's all good.
There's a message about possible players that we could bring in for this one. But let's be honest, a lot of the players that we'll be looking at bringing in, if they're all Premier League players, they're probably cup tied anyway. So they probably wouldn't be able to do that. But I think the lads that are there and the lads that played last night, if those can stay fit, and we've said this for God knows how long, Degger, that we can beat any team that's put in front of us. We really can. So confidence 100%. Has to remain high. Of course it is.
Any team, honestly, any team, and I don't say that in an arrogant way, you know what I mean? I just, that's honestly how I feel. I don't think in the Premier League on our day we can beat anyone. And I thought that, you look at the performances last night. You go back to, like, I'm a big fan of Harvey Barnes for Leicester personally. I think he's a good player. He got absolutely no change out of Trippier all game long. Trippier was just so nasty at times, like amazingly nasty, but like really getting stuck in. I thought Willock was one of Willock's best games, if I'm honest. I thought Willock was outstanding.
Great last night.
And again, I've spoken about Joe Linton there. I was trying to think who. Almiron. Some of Almiron's passes, man. The pass for Joe Linton's goal was superb. It was Messi-esque. Honestly, it was. And I know people are saying the questions are like, what happens if we sign these players or whatever? Like, part of us feels like these lads that are on the pitch now deserve the opportunity to represent one and go all the way themselves. We don't need to sign someone and plug them in a hole. Let the lads that have done the job go and bring it home altogether. Like, but doesn't mean I wouldn't take Messi on loan or something like that.
On loan. So the draw will be starting in around about 5 minutes. We're thinking. We know how long these draws can take. I think the last one took about an hour and a half. There's only 8 teams in it. So this one will probably be pretty quick. Like I said, if anybody has got any questions, send them our way, and we'll go through them before the draw starts.
Get nervous now.
You get nervous, Digger?
I'm getting nervous. I am. Honestly, God. It's funny. I really don't want to see our name first or third. Because obviously I want to be away. I want to be away first. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think it depends who it is. To be honest, mate, I think if it's Man United, then yes, you want that away tie first of all. But I think if we're looking at any of the other teams, you'd probably be more than happy with the home leg first of all.
Yeah.
But I get what we're saying. I really do, because you can go to another ground and shut up shop if you want to for that first leg. We'll know how good we are defending anyway. So if we can go away from home, get a 0-0 or even nick a 1-0, bring them back to St. James's Park, and you know how much we dominate games at home now. St. James's Park is a fortress once again.
It is. Yeah.
We've got the 12 man there as well.
It's a funny one, isn't it? Because we've probably, a lot of these players, not all of them, but a lot of them maybe haven't really been in this situation before. I mean, I could be wrong here. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, but like, going into a two-legged affair, certainly with this much on the line, and going back to the question you've said there about like you can go to shut up shop. I don't really feel how would do that. I don't think it's in his DNA to do that. I think he would go and go, okay, right, we're actually going to go and win this game and come back home and have a party because we're going to be 2 or 3-0 up. Like, but yeah, it's interesting. It really is. It's really interesting. Is there in the comments? Is people saying who them want to get or anything like that, or who them fancy?
To be honest with you, I think everyone's just as confident as us. Everybody's as confident as what we are at the minute. We're saying to take anybody. I think a lot of people are edging towards Forest. Probably because of league position as well. Yeah. Fair enough. Similar to Southampton as well. But like we've said a couple of times on this one, hey, Man U, take Man U. Man U are going to be easy to beat. Well, hang on, I'll rephrase that. Man United are going to be easier to beat over 2 legs than the final in Wembley.
Well, that's how I feel, mate. Actually, that's how I feel. Honestly, that's how I feel. And I feel if we got them now and had 2 bites at it, I almost feel more confident than we'll get to the final. It's just a one-off game. But then other people might have the opinion of, well, it is a one-off game and anyone can beat anyone. And that's a very fair comment. And I get that one. I just feel given how good we are to have 2 bites at it, we could beat anyone over 2 games. Like, that's how I feel.
Mate, and that opportunity to get to Wembley, honestly.
I know.
Like, I know a lot of the fan base, and there's been a lot of talk on social media about how the ticketing would work. I would imagine, because this is what's happened at other clubs, it goes on to season ticket holders first of all, because it's not technically classed as an away game.
Yeah.
So probably go to season ticket holders first, then follow the loyalty point system after that. So basically, season ticket holders would have first refusal on it.
Yeah.
But even if you haven't got a ticket to that game, you head to the capital, you head to London just to be
there. 100%. I mean, the evening before, like the build up to the game in the morning, or it's all going to be amazing. So don't. I certainly wouldn't say to anyone, or if you can't get a ticket, don't come and be part of what it's going to be. I mean, Christ Almighty, I'm saying that as if we're there. This could really be snipped by some other club and really taking the piss here, like. But you know what I mean? We're talking hypothetically, like. But no, I mean, it'd just be incredible, wouldn't it? Because it's something we haven't done.
Well, mate, obviously people might not know this, but me and Dick are both from South Shields, which is in the middle of Newcastle and Sunderland. But luckily, we're on the right side, where we're supporting Newcastle.
Yeah.
And we had mates that enjoyed that moment at Wembley when they got to the, I think it was the League Cup final as well, wasn't it?
Well, it was
as well.
Yeah.
I think it was Man City, I think they played it. And we saw our mates post the photos on social media and how good it looked. And we just sat there from the outside thinking, oh, so jealous. Of course we were jealous of it.
And in fairness, I mean, them have had that moment for other reasons, right? For other competitions, for poorer competitions. And I mean, I've got loads of Sunderland mates in my group chat, and then we're posting photos of their day out at Wembley just recently. Now, obviously, we were joking around going, listen, man, you don't want to be there for that reason, but still they were there and they were still having a great time. But yes, you're right to go back. They got Man City in the Carabao Cup final, and actually took the lead as well. I was fucking panicking, to be quite honest. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we can have our day in the sun. And I still say, we're in the semi-finals here, right? We've got an unbelievable opportunity to make the final, and we haven't even started, man. We haven't even started the journey that we
well
are
ahead of schedule. Well ahead of schedule.
Yeah, we are. We're miles ahead.
I'm getting a bit nervous now, mate. So
nervous poo time.
Where up to now?
So they're just showing you the highlights, like a very small clip here of the the Forest game. They've just actually put the stats on the City game. Man City didn't have a shot on target tonight. That's
Did they not?
that's appalling for their ability. Like, I'll tell you when they are. They're just showing you the pens now. They're showing you the last save. Sorry, of the Forest game.
So Decker's going to talk through it because Decker is slightly ahead of me. So when the draw does happen, Decker's going to talk through it. Somebody's probably going to be fastest finger first as well, and put it in the comments before I love it. So
well, here we are. They're there, like they're about to go balls deep here. We're ball number 2. So you've got Manchester United 1, Newcastle 2, Nottingham Forest 3, and Southampton number 4. That's the ball numbers. Come on, you bastards.
Remember that time Rod Stewart done it? That was amazing.
Oh, yeah, no, he was mortal, wasn't he? Yeah, we'll go. She's drawn the home teams. Number 4, Southampton. Come on.
Southampton,
come on.
Right. What number are we, Decker?
We're number 2. Number 2!
Get in! Oh, got Southampton. Get in!
It's the best. It's the best ever. It's the greatest, man. We're going to get the second leg at home as well.
This is what we wanted.
We've done it.
This is what we wanted, Decker. We've done it.
We've done it.
Get in. This is what we wanted, mate. This is what we called.
This is unbelievable. Fucking, I'm in shock a bit, to be honest. Forest are at home first against, obviously, Man United.
So,
mate.
Just to go right again. So, first one is Southampton versus Newcastle at St Mary's. Obviously, the second leg and final leg will be at St James's Park. And next up is Forest versus Manchester United. Forest being at home. Decker, like we said at the very start of this, it just keeps on lining up.
This is this is dream territory. Like this is dream territory. I mean, I don't, because obviously that would have been Man City. I mean, right, technically. I mean, you know what I mean. So it's worked out absolutely perfectly.
I'm buzzing with that. Absolutely buzzing with it, mate.
Yeah, it couldn't have went any better. Honestly, it couldn't have went any better. Some people may have preferred Forest.
On January the 23rd for the first leg and January 30th, exactly a week later, for the second leg at St James's Park. So if you haven't already, lads and lasses, make sure you've got those holidays booked in at work for that one. And just in case, put it in that last week of February as well, because we could be heading to the capital.
Honestly, mate, I just, you know, I feel like I can't see how it's not going to be. I honestly feel we will win that game. Like, I just do. I really do. And obviously that might be overconfident there, like, but that is perfect. That is absolutely perfect.
There's a nice comment for you, Digger, on the screen.
It's not the best, like, is it?
We'll go for another 10 minutes. If anybody has got any questions, like I said, send them our way. But we'll go through a handful. If you are a member of the channel, of course, we'll read yours out before anybody else's. Because we're nice and you're nice like that. You're giving us a bit of a kickback as well to help us keep doing things like that as well. So we'll come to use first of all. Like I mentioned earlier, if you do want to become a member, it's just £2.99 a month. You do get early access to videos and get access to the Telegram group as well, which I would imagine is going absolutely crazy at the minute. So first comment by Andy Hamilton there. Wembley lads, I can smell it.
Yeah, I can as well, you know. Honestly, I can. It's just unbelievable. Obviously, Southampton, you know, listen, they've just beat Man City, right? So for all the struggle in the league, you know, they're still going to be, their fans are going to be confident after beating Manchester City. But again, I'll
get
come back
them
to
hotels booked. Go on, Dick, I get them hotels booked.
I'll get them.
I think Colourman's hotels.
Yeah, I'll get the hotels. I'll be sleeping on the streets. I didn't care. Honestly, I'll just stay up the whole night. I didn't care. I'll fuck going to bed.
It's honestly like was said before, it's yes, we're not there yet, but it's one of those things that you're just gonna have to go. You're gonna have to make your way down there. The northeast, Newcastle upon time will be like a ghost town if we make it to the final.
Yeah. Oh, everyone will be there. Like, we'll just literally will take over the capital. Like,
imagine that there's a great shout there though, and it's from Dan Whitten. That is, the second leg atmosphere will be unreal. If you thought last night was good, this will be tenfold. It really will.
Yeah, it'll be. I'll still say in recent times, Arsenal last game of the season last year was my favourite in terms of an atmosphere. In the first couple of minutes of the takeover, after it happened, the first couple of minutes of that game were just, white hot. It was unbelievable. And I think I agree with the comment that I think this would be, unbelievably special that night. It'll be amazing. I'm
buzzing now. Like, I'm absolutely buzzing.
It's like I'm almost pinching myself a little bit of just how it's played out. To be honest, it was perfect. It was perfect. Even to be able to get them the second leg at home, everything worked to how I would want it to do. Don't fuck it up, lads.
Don't fuck it up. Thanks, Zachary, for becoming a member. Thank you very much, mate.
Thanks, mate.
We're not going to do what we used to do during COVID, where every new memo got added 5 minutes to the stream as well.
That was the drinking days of COVID as well.
Yeah, there was some times where we're going for 2-3 hours just because we're getting new members constantly. But I'm sure the lads and lasses at War Flags are already preparing this in their WhatsApp group now about what they can do to make that second leg even more special, and hopefully it's something very similar to what we saw against Arsenal, like you said, that last game of the season, because this is huge. We keep on talking about big games in Newcastle's history, and they just keep on piling up at the minute.
Yeah. Obviously, the better we become, the more and more that'll happen. You're going to get more important games or bigger games, if you like. And I think, the game, the first leg is going to be the biggest game ever. And then when it comes to the home game, it's going to feel like the biggest home game we've ever had. That's just how it's going to feel. It'll be quite mad for Adam Armstrong. Obviously, Adam Armstrong coming back up to St James's Park for a game of that level. War Flags will have, no doubt, will have a great idea. I thought the scarves last night were an excellent idea, and everyone seemed to buy into it as well. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
The Southampton manager here is watching the draw. He wasn't best pleased, like the Southampton manager. He's like, oh well, because it comes out saying he's playing Newcastle. He wasn't best pleased. Like, didn't blame him. Like, you're gonna hammer you. That's why. Get up, you bastards. Come on.
There's a shout there from David Watson that says Henderson won't be allowed to play against Man United as well. Is he on loan? Is he?
He
must be. Just with that comment.
If we go with that comment, I wasn't sure if it was loan or a signing. I think it is a loan, though. No, I don't think it is a loan. So that's an interesting one. Let's be fair. Let's be very fair. You would expect the final to be us and Manchester United. You just would, right? That's what you would expect. But football's a funny game. I never thought Southampton would beat Man City tonight. Football's a funny game. So,
Right, Decker, shall we call it a night? Let everybody go to bed?
Yes.
Or is it going to be similar to last night where everybody gets home and they can't sleep because they're absolutely buzzing? It's trying to switch off after a night, a game under the floodlights at St James's Park is hard enough. Even more so when it's you're getting through to a semi-leg. A semi-final.
Well, it was funny. I was sitting next to a young lad. He was 9. His dad said, like, bless him. I was thinking, one of the guys said, well, I hope you get up for school tomorrow. And he just looked wired. He literally had just like 50 cans of Red Bull wired, I thought it's lush moments, obviously, but I bet he struggled getting up this morning.
100%. Thanks everybody for watching tonight. I hope you're chuffed as what we are. Going off the comments, everybody is, Digger.
Amazing, man.
It's like we've said, it looks like the path is being paved for Newcastle United. Yellow brick road, hopefully. We've already got the yellow bricks, to be fair, with this takeover. But it's getting closer, and we can feel it, we can smell it, we can taste it.
We're gonna do it, mate. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Thanks everybody for watching and joining us tonight. Like I said, I hope you're all as buzzing as what we are. If you want to like the video, it means a lot to us as well. Helps us out massively. If not, if you don't want to become a member, like I mentioned earlier on, just become a subscriber. Costs you absolutely nothing to do so. Help us push for that 10,000. Plenty more stuff coming as well. The match preview for the Fulham game has just been recorded before myself and Decker went live as well, so that'll be going out tomorrow morning. I would have thought. You'll have your fantasy Premier League stuff. You'll have the All Smiling Faces podcast, match reactions, and so much more. Thanks, everybody. See you later. Gone to Wembley, you know.